Hello, everybody. Again, it's 4 o'clock PTSD time. A lot of us are going to die. A lot of us are going to die. I'm trying to be more upbeat today. But we are expendable. I'm talking about working men and women. We are expendable. We are expendable. You know that, right? Does everybody know that they are expendable by this government? If you don't know, your head is in the sand. And I'm angry. I'm angry because I just heard about this stimulus bill. You know, that the Republicans and Democrats, who are both wings of corporate America, they are giving billions to fucking corporations, and workers are going to get jack shit. It is unbelievable, man. It is so outrageous. I mean, they are using this crisis to get so much fucking money again that it's unbelievable. It's just so sick. It's so sick what they're doing. They're using this crisis to make tons of money. Right? Let's give, I don't know, $75 billion to a corporation instead of putting the money in our pockets. It's like the rich get richer, and people under this kind of duress, they're not doing any kind of moratorium on paying rent, paying mortgage, evictions. I don't think they are doing any of that moratorium, and it is so outrageous. And it's my job as a comedian to, one, be funny, which is very hard to do when we're getting fucked like that, okay, by this government and this administration. I mean, this whole fucking thing, it is just unbelievable. And then there are now, so I do a little news of the day. By the way, it's very unhealthy to like get up like I did today at 7 a.m., not to brag that I have that kind of lifestyle where I will not be able to sleep, and it has nothing to do with the impending death. Yes, we should do a general strike. Someone said, should we do a general strike? Yeah. We should not come out of our apartments. You know what? When this is all over, we should not come out of our apartments. I think we all know how to order in now, right? Yeah, we should do a general strike. We should get out on the streets. I mean, we can't do it now because everybody will get sick. But I'm telling you, if there isn't a revolution in this country, I mean, like, we need to get organized. I don't even know what to say. It's just so enraging that, and I hope people's eyes are open. I mean, it's impossible now to not see that we are expendable. How about so 53 cases of the virus in the United States now. New York City is the epicenter. I am from New York City. My sister's there. My dad is there. Scary. My cousins are there. But I'm here in California. I'm here in LA, which is another big epicenter. Somehow Louisiana has become a big time epicenter. Louisiana. I just traveled through there, Baton Rouge, New Orleans. People in New Orleans are probably like, hey man, we still have to do these parades, for Christ's sake. How the hell are we gonna? By the way, Trump said, I don't know if you followed this yesterday, but Trump, who makes it very clear he wants us dead. He makes us by the way, our guest today is James Fritz. He's a really funny comic. He's from Kentucky. So he understands the Trump supporter. But by the way, I've always said this, fuck the Democrats too. Fuck the establishment Democrats. When I criticize the obvious imbecile that Trump is and the obvious morons that the Republicans are, I'm also right there about the establishment Democrats, which is 95% of them. Those pieces of shit. They're bought and paid for. Trump says, yesterday he said, chloroquine was probably going to work, or it could work. So a couple of his supporters took chloroquine and they died. So there you have it. I mean, he's just throwing out information like that. I like watching, I don't know if anybody's been watching Andrew Cuomo of New York, Italian New Yorker, just going, look, have you seen Cuomo? Look. You going to give me ventilators or not? You going to give me the ventilators or not? Okay? Because that's what we need. Okay? You better give me the ventilators or I'm coming for your family. I like that. I mean, anybody compared to Trump is a leader. I mean, this guy is just silly. Trump has been saying, and other Republicans have been saying, we'll be back to work by Easter. I'm hoping we'll be back to work by Easter. The only way to contain the virus, which sucks, is to fucking stay isolated, stay in your little, domicile. As you can see, I've spruced up the place. I've put a little, these blinds are new, you can see some drawings, I've just really gone to town with the place. Beautiful lavender Lysol we have. Yeah, we're going to be back to work by Easter. And then this fucking guy, Dan Patrick, I think he's lieutenant governor of Texas, suggests that, hey, look, grandparents should be willing to die so we can get back to work. Do you understand that they don't give a fuck about you? And I know rich people, really rich people don't watch this but there are some stupid fucking people out there who think that everything, who thinks that Joe Biden is the answer. What a fucking joke. Ozark is coming out, though, on Friday. So, are things that bad? If Ozark is coming out on Friday? You know what I mean? I mean, yes, we're going to die with mucus filling up our lungs in poverty because we need to give billionaires more money. But Justin Bateman is great. Justin Bateman is amazing. What else do you want? What else do you want? Quibi is coming out in a couple of weeks. And a handful of other streaming apps. Quibi is a streaming app. And by the way, that's Jason Bateman, not Fred Bateman, his brother, who owes a lot of money. Fred Bateman is a scumbag. I'm talking about Jason Bateman. So Quibi, an online app. Reno 911 is coming out. I'm going to try to get Thomas Lennon on here, who is also an author. And he's, one of the Reno guys. And I was on an episode. It was really funny. I played a Bernie Sanders double. And Quibi has Reno 911 on it, HBO Max, just in time for the Great Depression. By the way, after this is over, if people losing their jobs, they want to give people like $1,000. $1,000 that'll last how fucking long? All right, we're going to see if James Fritz is here. Yes, he is. So we're going to add James Fritz, the comedian who lives in LA now, James Fritz, and we're waiting for him to come on. But please, here he is.
Oh,
you got this, but that's backwards, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you have to know how to deal with the mirror image. That's it, I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. But look. Yeah, you want to read?
Coronavirus for America. It just came in the mail.
Yes. We got the same card. And I got to tell you, me and my family relaxed once we saw that card come in. I said, "Is that from President Trump, honey?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Read it. Read it to the family." Me, my wife, the 2 dogs. We sit around the table, and the 2 cats. There's 6 of us, 4 animals, and 2 human beings. Hey, man, how are you, buddy?
Oh, I'm great, Eddie. How are you?
Well, I'm waiting for the stimulus check
to
come
now,
in.
When you get it, I sprayed this with hydrogen peroxide, but I didn't wait the 10 minutes. Because I needed the info immediately, and so now.
Right. Well, I go one better as far as disinfecting things. As soon as anything gets delivered to our door or I get the mail, I burn it immediately, which means we don't have groceries. But as soon as the groceries come, I throw gasoline on it and I burn it, and then I put on my N95 mask. And I'll dance to a YouTube music video. Keep your spirits up during these hard times. Gail Godot and other celebrities are singing Imagine, which, imagine if we had.
Bentley Weeps, Eddie.
Yo, are you? Is that your music?
I bought a gun. No.
You bought a gun. Yeah.
I burned on my.
You're looking good, Dorian. Something's going on with your sound.
Thanks.
You're like going in and out. I don't know how you can fix that. I have these headphones that have a.
I'm not Todd Glass. I don't have a team around me.
I know, right?
Is that better?
Yeah, I think so. All
right, I'll just.
You're not cutting out. Now you're.
Okay.
Do you have a good internet connection? Are you getting your internet from a neighbor? What are you doing with how do you get the internet?
Well, we have to come together in times like these and steal from your neighbors and your loved ones.
Right.
No, I pay, Comcast,
Absolutely.
or as I like to call it, Concast. That's a Trump thing.
You have. So how is the pandemic treating you?
It's okay. I was in Kentucky for 3 weeks before it hit. My mother was ill. Yeah, my mother was ill and she passed on. And so
I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm really sorry to hear that.
Text would have been better, but this is a more intimate way to do it.
A text?
I'm just kidding.
Really? Really? I thought you were serious. Oh, man. Holy Christ. So your mom passed away and then this went down.
Yeah. And then I flew here from Nashville and then instantly. So I've been quarantined for a month, basically, in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what do you do to keep sane?
I was nervous about this.
About this podcast?
Yeah. I was this is my first set in
Oh, right. You're having communication with people? Like this is your first, this is like a gig.
Yeah, I'm counting this as a gig. I mean, I was I did get bumped from Friday's show, which getting bumped from Instagram Live during a pandemic.
Was it this show? Was it this show?
Yeah. For a Domian, I get it, you know.
Oh, it was James. Yeah. You know. He got locked out of his apartment that night, and he was doing it on his balcony.
Yeah.
But you know,
you've had so much talent on the show. It's nice to have me on the curb of talent.
Good use of flatten the curve.
Hello?
Good use of flattening the curve. Yeah, we thought we'd give people a palate cleanser from the funny people. No. So James, how much? I know, right? I'm looking down at like notes. I can't imagine. I mean, this really is a thing that do you throw on the news? Do you go on the internet looking at like updates for this shit that we're living through?
Oh yeah, and I'm on Twitter, and I live with my girlfriend. She's very diseased focused, and like she's on top of it. But like we're kind of panicking. You are about every death now. That's like someone under 60 is like reported, and you're like, oh, a 29-year-old athlete. Like, oh shit.
Right. What they don't tell you is that they were hit by a bus. See, I have an app that pings every time someone under 60 dies from the coronavirus. And I'm 61, so I will immediately text my younger friends that you're in trouble.
Yeah. I have an app that alerts me whenever someone in the comedy community I don't like passes on, and that makes me feel better. I'm kidding. I love everyone. I just want comedy to get back to normal. It's over.
Do you know that I've done a couple of gigs? I did. A friend of mine hired me to do a virtual dinner party. I did stand up. Like there were couples on the Zoom. Have you done the Zoom like thing where you could meet with different people?
Yeah, I did a Zoom like a small like trivia night with friends, which take all the fun of trivia night without any of the bar or alcohol or camaraderie.
Well, you can have your own right there.
I did. I had too much. We lost.
I didn't know you did a virtual trivial night. I didn't know you did a virtual trivia night. Good for you. You're coping during this stressful time.
I'm trying. I'm listening to a lot of records, which I don't know.
That's good.
That's been soothing.
What are you listening to? Tell the fans what you're listening to.
Nothing but dead artists like Lou Reed. A lot of Lou Reed.
I love Lou Reed. You're a big Lou Reed guy?
I love Lou Reed.
Now, isn't that interesting? Because you're from Kentucky, a place I know nothing about, right? And I'm from Brooklyn, and Lou Reed was called Mr. New York. Do you know that? He was called Mr. New York.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm glad you find that funny. And when did you get turned on to Lou Reed? I love Lou Reed.
Well, I met this guy in Kentucky called Mr. Kentucky. He would bring music from other lands. And I don't know.
Hey, everybody. Before we play the jug band, I found a vinyl record by the Porn Collection, and I think you're gonna love it.
Now, this is
I am so ignorant.
Who does
of this
heroin? Stuff. We were like, what?
Just like most of the state does now. Is there an opioid crisis in Kentucky?
Well, it's hard to tell.
I find that to be funny.
It's like, is this regular malaise or a new malaise?
Hey,
yeah, there's an everything crisis there. It's terrible. But we're going to open the churches back up on Easter Sunday, and everyone's going to die for the stock market. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Is that just unbelievable? How clear is it now?
I know
that these pricks don't give a fuck. And they're using this just like the bank bailout in 2008. They're using this just to give their cronies more money. And it's like, to me, it's pitchfork time. It's time to fucking, and they're fucking with people way too much, you know?
Right.
They're fucking with people way too much.
But this country has been a big pocket of it, basically a capitalist Christian death cult since about 1980 Reagan, I would say. And
that's right.
People are willing to die for this fucking idiot. And I think it's just because he channels some rage that they have and can't articulate. I don't know.
Oh, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Because Trump is a con man, and he's a good con man. And he knows, you know, like Trump, which is hilarious, attacks the elites.
Right.
And people are like, yeah. Right. By the way, famous people who died of pneumonia: Merle Haggard, Jim Henson, Bernie Mac, to name just 3.
Wow.
Yeah, and I throw these facts at you just to upset your footing. By the way, I love
that's the new heckle when shows do start back up. The audience will just scream deceased beloved celebrities during the middle of your chunk. You have to roll with it.
Terrence McNally, the playwright, died yesterday due to complications. I forget Leslie Nielsen also died of pneumonia. This
Kenny
was
Rogers.
Kenny Rogers. Was that recently? Was that pneumonia?
2 days ago. I don't know.
He was shot by a sniper, was he not? Wasn't he shot by a sniper?
Yeah, in Reno.
Hey,
well, we're not going to know how many people even died from this thing, you know, really.
Why? What do you mean? I have a thing that pings every time someone's died.
Oh, well, I'm sure that's accurate.
Yeah. Are you stressed about money?
Yeah, well, I was until my sister called and said she found a sock full of change in Mom's closet he left us. So we're going to divvy that up. And I'm worried.
No. You have to use the sock full of change to protect yourself. Okay? Yeah, that's what people... I used to get beaten with socks full of change in Brooklyn, New York.
So you learned about capitalism at a young age.
Absolutely. Sock full of change. It was the antithesis of pocket full of miracles. You know what? Bad jokes are fine now during a time like this when we're quarantined. You know,
I'm a lot less angry at puns. That's for sure.
By the way, I love the nook where that you've created. Like, this is a beautiful nook. It goes into your kitchen, and you have.
It's our entire Eddie. It's the entire kitchen.
Hey, ask me. It's the entire kitchen.
Yeah.
Look, you.
I don't make nook money, Eddie.
I swear to God, whenever I find out any of my friends have a nook, a breakfast nook, whatever it is, I just write them off. They're dead to me. You know, if you're going to have a breakfast nook, you're not my kind of people. What was I going to say? I forgot. We met in Chicago. Did we not, at the Hideout?
Yes. With, this is the part.
10 years ago.
We mentioned Steve Fine Arts.
What about Steve?
He was you were shooting, you were coming through taping for Bitter Buddha.
That's right. That's right. And how long were you living in Chicago?
Living? I was there for about 12 years. Yeah.
The way you said living, you were like, it wasn't really living. I was just getting by. Hey, did you watch the Hillary doc on Hulu?
Oh my God. I have not reached that. I can't, man. Can't do it.
Oh my God! What am I gonna? You know what I'm gonna watch? I've been renting a couple movies from YouTube, and I'm going to rent Dark Waters, which is the story of DuPont poisoning people in Delaware. You know,
or as we call it now, the good old days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great little joke there.
Thanks. I lost you.
What? Are you laughing because I'm trying to be prepared? Here I am. Do you see me?
Oh, hi. Yeah.
James?
Hello?
What kind of software are you using?
I'm going to take it off the internet. Hold on.
You're taking it off what, my friend? Where are you, James? There you are.
Is that better?
There you are. Yeah, it's fine. Hillary might be Biden's VP. How great would that be? How great. Together again, warmonger, two warmongers, just incredible. Bernie losing was just horrible. What are you promoting there? Is it beer? You drinking a beer at 4:30 in the afternoon?
You mentioned the Hillary doc. I switched to beer. That's the rules.
Does anyone in Kentucky care that Trump has fucking mishandled this virus shit? The Trump supporters. Can you tell me what is it that he just expresses rage for them? What is it?
Yeah, and that's it's also the reason Democrats are so stupid. They can't. Whenever they're like, well, Bernie couldn't even beat Biden. They don't understand that 40% of the country is independent and hates both parties.
Is it 40%?
And last I read, it said 40% consider themselves an independent. So, and I read there was one poll I saw a year ago or 6 months ago where just a general Democrat running against Trump polled at 43%, and a socialist polled at 44%. So when they try to make people terrified of the word socialist, they don't understand that it's a worse word. It's a better word for most people than being labeled a Democrat.
Right. Well, what we need in this country is a third party. But massive protests. We need organizing. You think it can happen? Do you think it can happen? Or people are too, it seems like people are too isolated in their own little fucking worlds. And I'm afraid of violence. I feel like I don't want it to be violent. What? Why did that make you laugh?
Because I welcome violence. I welcome it.
How about all these people? No. All these people buying guns here in LA. They're fucking lined around the block to buy guns.
I get it, because well, I'm thinking about buying a gun and just to go to my local city councilman. Did you see that the LA City Council has canceled their next 2 meetings, and they're not even going to meet over live stream or they don't care.
Yeah, well, I found out that the LA City Council was voting on moratoriums on evictions and rents. And then I found out that 11 out of 15 of their members are landlords who own buildings. That's how we're governed. We're governed by people who don't have our interests at heart. What do you think of Harvey Weinstein having the coronavirus? Yeah, well, I thought that would stump you. I thought you wouldn't be into that.
I'm for it. I don't know. It's a reminder to wipe down your fake walking.
My fake what?
Your fake walking.
Oh.
Dicks or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was hoping he would die a longer, slower death, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, let's just say 2020 hasn't been good to Harvey, right? Look, I have to throw in Harvey Weinstein references for some of the idiots out there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You criticized Hillary, so you have to show that you're an ally. I get it.
Look, what else did I want to? Okay. Are you delivering food right now? Are you doing that bullshit?
I'm delivering my day job is still working. I'm delivering legal organic weed, which
are you really
deemed a necessity. Yeah.
Who's the worst person? You don't have to name them, but who is the worst person you delivered to? Did you hear me?
Oh, I don't have to name them. Yeah.
No, you don't have to name them, but like why were they the worst person? Yeah, who was the worst person you delivered to?
Oh, well, like, it's amazing. Like, I delivered, like, during all this, I'm like wearing a mask and gloves and, trying to not get it. And I also live with my girlfriend. I don't want to come home. And so we're trying to, I'm like handing them bags like this and like standing far.
Oh, man. Hey, James, we're losing you here. We're losing your voice. So can you hear me now? No. Look, we're gonna let James go. We're letting you go, James. We're going in a different direction. James, we're going in a different direction. We're gonna have to let you go. We're actually out of time. So thank you for coming on. James just left. I want to thank everybody for watching. We're on 4:00 Monday through Friday. Tomorrow, I have a great guest, Henry Zabrowski, who does the very popular podcast, Last House on the Left, and me. And also, he was the star of Your Pretty Faces Going to Hell, that I'm a regular in. And he'll be my guest tomorrow. That'll be a great show. So 4:00 Pacific time. Every week, you can donate to me on my Venmo at Edward Pepitone. It's IO. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.